Hey everybody, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. Well, look what's going on behind us here. See that behind us here? We'll give you a better shot of it here in just a little bit. But man, we've had a lot of rain here the last few days, and as we were pulling back into our campsite, by the way, we happen to be camped down below Beaver Dam right now at a campground called Damsite River, and we're in the area they call the Pines, which is beautiful, which you'll get to see more of that here in the last half of this video. But when we were pulling into the camp area and there's a spot where we get to see the dam real good, we thought, hey. Hey, yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, man.
Because the ranger told us they only do this in times of emergency.
Yeah, they only do this in times of emergency. Of course, what this means, now that we've had a ton of rain, in fact, we had our phones were just going off like crazy with flash flood warnings here and there and all kinds of stuff. It literally rained hard all night last night. I mean, all night last night. But guess what? We stayed dry.
Yes,
in the trailer, didn't we?
Yes,
yeah,
we did.
Pretty cool. But this is one of the reasons why we do this kind of thing, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did not expect this at all.
No.
Not at all. As we spent some time in town today. We had to run a few errands and do a few odds and end things, and as we were coming out, wow. So look at that. But anyway, we just thought we'd take a moment here to show you this, and I'm gonna shoot another clip here, give you a real good view of the water coming out of the dam and the way the White River now is churning below. And I was talking to some folks just a little bit ago that were fishing along the riverbank, and of course they heard the horns go off, but usually when the horns go off, that means they're just going to be generating, and it'll just come up a little bit, the river will. They were fishing for trout on the White River. Well, the horns went off, and they said all of a sudden the river came up about 5 feet real quick. And of course, I've been told that the water's around 40 degrees in the river when this happens. So I don't know. I have yet to stick my toe in the river.
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, give us a second here. We're going to let you see a little bit more of this. Hang on just a little bit. Well, this spot here is about 200 or 300 yards down from the dam, and the river's up quite a bit. It's obvious how far it is up. We're standing on what is normally the boat ramp over here on the river section, and they have it blocked off. There's a pathway where we can walk down here, but of course they don't want anybody launching a boat right now. But you can see the river is really churning. I mean, it is really churning. And Deb, you just stuck your hand in the water. Is it cold?
It was a little cold.
It was a little cold?
It was a little cold. I wouldn't want to go swimming in it.
You wouldn't want to go swimming in it?
No.
So you don't want to try to stick the kayaks in there right now or anything?
No.
Okay,
no.
fine.
No.
Okay, fine.
I'd say it's up 20 feet.
You think so?
It was the other day, because people were fishing right down there the other day.
Yeah, that's right. People were fishing just right. Point at that again.
There's still weeds.
Yeah, there's still weeds popped up there because people were fishing right along there the other day. So it's
clear up to here.
Yeah, it's clear up to right here. Wow. Anyway, so we're going to go check out another spot here and be back in just a second. Okay, this spot here is about I'd say about a half a mile or maybe 3/4 of a mile downstream from the dam. And you can see right here that it's really flowing heavy. In fact, when we first pulled up here, and I tried to get the camera out so I could shoot it right quick, but there was a guy going down river with a kayak, and he was clipping along at a really good clip, wasn't he, Deb?
Yes, he was really flying.
He was flying.
I couldn't get the camera out.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get the camera set up right quick, because he was gone before I know it. But like I say, this is about half a mile to 3/4 down, and it's obvious that it's up quite a ways right here, and man, it's really churning. If I zoom in over there on the trees over there on the other side, you can see that it's way up into the trees over there. I wish I had at least a photo to show you when the river's at normal stage right here at this spot, but unfortunately I don't have one. But it's quite obvious that that it's really raised quite a bit, and it's churning like crazy. I don't know that I would want to be trying to go down this right now with a kayak. I'm not that adventuresome.
No,
Are you?
No. We'd pull the old card.
Yeah. No, we don't play that card very often.
Well, I can play it whenever I want to.
That's right. So we always keep it ready to play whenever we need to. That's right. But anyway, of course, a major concern for us is how it'll affect the folks downstream when they're having to let so much water out of Beaver Lake. Because after Beaver Lake comes Table Rock. After Table Rock comes Lake Taneycomo. After Lake Taneycomo comes Bull Shoals Lake, which happens to be where we're going next, right? Yeah. But we're not so concerned about us and our next destination.
We will adapt and overcome.
We will adapt and overcome. That's right. But we're mostly concerned about how it could affect the folks downstream, you know, and we just hope that there's no ill effects because of it. We know that Anderson, Missouri, which is not very far from here, we was talking to a friend of ours a little bit ago, and he said that they have major flooding going on in Anderson, Missouri right now. That's not very far from Elk River over at Pineville, and I'm sure that it's probably way out of its banks right now. That's an old canoeing spot. When we were younger, we used to go canoeing there quite a bit. So we are concerned about the folks over in that area as well. So anyway, this is what's going on. It's an amazing sight to see, sure enough. But what we're going to do next now, we're going to go ahead and show you where we're camped out over in an area they call the Pines, and it's a beautiful spot over there. And we drove by it a little bit ago just to make sure make sure that we maybe didn't have to think about maybe putting pontoons on the trailer right quick. But anyway, we're going to show you the campground area. We'll be right back in just a little bit. Hang on. All right, this is the next morning, and this is the area that we're in right now. The campground we're camping at is called Dam Site River, which is, of course, just below the dam on the White River on Beaver Lake in northwest Arkansas. Now, right beyond those trees, just right over there, is the river. Of course, you can't really see the river at all because there's so much foliage down here. But this is absolutely gorgeous down in here. This particular section, there are 3 different sections in Dam Site River, and this particular section they call the Pines, and it's obvious why they call it the Pines. Look at those tall pines everywhere. Also, what's neat about it, good morning folks. Also what's neat about it is, since we're kind of down in the hills here, down in the valley, it's pretty windy when you go on up to the top. But right down here, the wind is not there so bad. And there's some folks walking their dogs this morning. But altogether, in this particular section, in the Pines, there's about 25 sites. About 25 sites here. And it's just a really neat area to be at. Now, there are several access points to get over to the river, which of course is here again is beyond the trees, just right over there. And several places, a lot of folks just walk from here right out to go fishing right here. This is our spot. This is where we're sitting right here. And let's go up and visit with Deb here for a little bit, because she looked up some interesting information about the dam this morning, and we're gonna talk about that just for a second before we say goodbye. We went for a bike ride this morning. By the way, the gates are still open this morning. The spillway is still going this morning, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear the roar.
Oh yeah, you can hear the roar. I don't know if you can hear it with the camera here, but there's a definite roar that you can hear. And we rode our bikes up just to be sure. And yeah, it's going full blast. How many cubic feet per second of water flows?
According to the internet, if the gates are open 1 foot, there's 10,500 cubic feet per second release.
That's right, 10,500 cubic feet per second.
Now, y'all mathematicians, you can do the math, but I know it's been open since we know of around 4 yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, and it's probably around 7 o'clock this morning, I would say. And so we were surprised that they let it run all night, but then again, you know, we've had tons and tons of rain. Tons of rain. But anyway, it's just been a really interesting week. This is actually the first morning we've had, and this is day 4, right?
Yes.
This is day 4. This is the first morning that we've had that we can actually get up and come outside and drink coffee, because it's been raining practically every single morning and off and on throughout the day.
Yep.
Yeah, it's but we are definitely coming back to this particular section because it's just a really neat section, really cool. I can see this in the fall. I sure can. Anyway, I can't think of anything else we need to mention right now. But remember, folks, this is Dam Site River, and this particular section is referred to as the Pines, and it starts at number, what, dear?
I think 13. I think there's 1 through 12 down.
Yeah, and the other
dam.
section, which is not as pretty as this section in our opinion,
In
still
our
next to the river. But this one, yeah, it starts at 13 and it goes through like 37. Yeah. So if you're having to look this up on reservations.gov or however that website is.
Dam Site River, close to Eureka Springs.
Yeah, Dam Site River, close to Eureka Springs.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. I think everybody knows where that Eureka Springs is in Arkansas. Most people should. Anyway, we're going to let you go, and we'll be talking to you again soon. We head out tomorrow for Bull Shoals Lake, and once we get up there, we'll talk. We'll see what we can find to talk about up there. But for now, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures saying,
we're not camping.
we're living.
We're living.
And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.